So, sales tip. Ready?
Mhm.
Today's sales tip is about mirroring. Mirroring, mirroring, mirroring. It's hard to say actually 3 times fast now that I just did it for the first time. So, what is mirroring, right? To mirror somebody is to pick up on cadences that you are noticing when they're speaking, whatever it might be. An example of mirror is somebody saying, I want security for my family because my family's growing. Oh, so Tommy, I hear you. Just so we're on the same page, one of the most important things for you when it comes to buying a home is making sure that we have a good sense of security in a really good area for the safety of your family. Is that right? Yes,
Absolutely.
that's a mirror. That's an example of a mirror. If somebody starts their sentences, right, where if you notice, Tommy, sometimes when I text, I start with yo, yo, and that's how my text will start. So somebody, if they want my attention, they might text me with a yo, yo, Jonathan. Hey, it's Tommy reaching out to you. Hope all has been well. That is an example of mirroring somebody. And what it does is you're coming to their level wherever their level might be. There's nothing wrong with that. That is building relationships. That's building trust. Somebody has to cave whenever you're building a relationship. I think people don't really notice. People aren't aware of that. Whenever you start any new relationship, there is one person that's initiating or potentially moving a little bit away from, they're giving something up to connect with you in many instances, right? They're breaking, somebody has to break the ice. So that's what it is. That's what it means to mirror. And so in sales, this is a tool that's underutilized because right now, what I see a lot of when I talk to sales professionals is the order taker mindset. They are in the, you want this? Perfect. You want that? Great. I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings for years. I worked at Max and Irma's. Oh, okay. Chicken salad with ranch. Awesome. What kind of wings? I'm an order taker at that point. That is not what you want to do. You want to mirror and build the experience and really connect with the other human being. So, from a sales standpoint, there's 3 things that mirroring allows you to do. All right. Number 1, I talked about it. It uncovers clients' real intentions. And all you have to do is listen. That's really the key word here is listen. So I gave you the example earlier, but I'm going to do it again. Uncovering somebody's true intention as to why they want to buy a home, real estate, anything in sales, doesn't matter what you're doing, is a big deal, but you just have to pay close attention. So if you're on the phone with the client, and again, they tell you on the phone, security for my family is the most important thing. You constantly reiterating that throughout the conversation is part of the mirroring and the client feeling like you are listening to them, which I am. That's why I'm reiterating what I'm saying. I'm not just saying, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay, perfect. I'm stopping. Hey, just to be on the same page with you. Tommy, I know you're all over the place right now, but it sounds like the main focus for you and your wife is X, Y, or Z. Is that right? Yep. The main focus is that you guys want to start a family over the next 3 to 5 years. So making sure that we're in the right spot is super important to the two of you. Yes. That's part of mirroring. So uncovers the true client need. The other piece of it, this helps you build relationships with less resistance. So mirroring somebody makes the relationship building a lot more natural and a lot less forced. A lot of people feel forced going into situations like this where I'm just paying attention to what the other person's saying and I'm just connecting as they're talking about whatever it is they're talking about. A lot of people go into conversations thinking about what they want to say next. That's the problem. It's not about what you want to say next. It's your ability to internalize what they're saying and then to craft the next conversation based off of what they say. So yes, your brain has to work fast, but it really makes the building connections process a lot easier when it's not forced. When people see themselves reflected in you, they're more likely to agree with your ideas. That's just science. That's a fact because they're starting to feel familiar with who you are. And they're starting to feel safe with who you are because you're aligning with them and you're listening and you're paying attention. And then the last piece of it is it builds trust and credibility almost right away. Mirroring somebody's tone, pace, their body language, phrasing just makes them feel comfortable and understood. Example, okay? Ready? Perfect example. I do this all the time on the phone. If I have a client that comes in and they're an engineer, let's just say, for example, my message of communication changes completely. Hey, Tommy, I'm pretty sure the numbers are going to be important to you. Is that a fair statement for me to make?
As an engineer, absolutely.
There, right? You see what I'm doing? Okay. So one of my big focuses for you, Tommy, is to make sure that you know the numbers inside and out. I'm really big into Excel spreadsheets. A lot of clients, they're hard. There's so many numbers going on, so sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. I'm assuming for you, that's probably something that's not overwhelming. Is that a fair statement for me to make?
Look at them all day.
Awesome, Tommy. I'm going to send this Excel spreadsheet over to you. I want to go through it line by line. There's just a couple things I want to make sure you see. Do you think the engineer is comfortable with me, Tommy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The
Yeah.
engineer said, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And everyone said, but that's not how I sell, John. I don't care about how you sell. You need to care about how the client you're talking to needs to be communicated with. Not the way you sell.
That's huge. Yeah.
Man, sorry for my passion, but it's driving me crazy, Tommy. Like, it's driving me crazy. Everyone, the negative, I've talked about it 100 times. I'm going to keep talking about it. The negative connotations in sales is done. I'm done with it. Your job is to build the relationships and make the connections.
You can't sell to everyone the same way.
No. Could you imagine if a doctor diagnosed everybody the exact same? By the way, that's what they used to do in the 1700s. Everyone was dying.
We've evolved.
Everyone was dying. Okay? Oh, yeah, they're poisoned. What? No, that's not at all what happened. That's what was happening back in the day. Tommy, you're spot on. Yeah, everybody needs to be treated from a different. You treat people the same but differently. I got taught that early on, and it took me so long to understand it. Treating you the same but differently means morally, the way I communicate, the level of respect is the same. But the way you need to be communicated to is different from every person that you talk to.
Yeah, like if I go to the doctor and I'm like, hey, my back hurts. And they're like, all right, well, everyone's the same. So let me do that hammer thing on your knee and see if your knee's okay. And it's like, but I came here for my back. It's like someone
That's exactly
like,
it, man.
Yeah. But I want a house for my family that will, be in a good school district, be affordable, allow me to do XYZ. And then it's like, oh, well, here's this house. And oh, but the school district you didn't listen to what I needed.
These people, man. I love it.
Absolutely. Everyone needs to be communicated. Everyone communicates differently. So therefore everyone needs to be sold to differently.
Yes.
Now a lot can be the same, a lot can be similar. As you do this for years and years, I'm sure you're like, oh, this person's like this person. So I kind of have a leg up because I can compare these two people. They're very similar interests, very similar needs. So I've done this before. You know what I mean?
Yes, man. Yes. And but again, it's on you as the salesperson. That's the biggest difference, right? It's on you as the salesperson to be able to listen and to dissect the information as fast as humanly possible, and then build out what you need to build out. The process can be the same every single way, right? The process can be the same every step of the way, but the conversations inside of the process are what needs to be different. Every client you talk to.
Well, you know where you can practice these mirroring skills?
Okay. In the mirror.
And at Unify next week.
Yes.
Because this week, Unify this week.
Yes.
We have Unify coming up. So take a look at this ad, listen, scan the QR code, and see if there's a city near you that you can make it to. And we'd love to see you there.
If you're an independent mortgage broker, real estate pro, or home ownership advocate looking to connect with like-minded professionals, AIME is here to give back. If you're an independent mortgage broker, real estate pro, or home ownership advocate looking to connect with like-minded professionals, we have the perfect event for you. AIME is proud to bring you Unify, completely covered by AIME directly. Unify is AIME's local networking and education series designed to help you and your community build more referral relationships to grow your business together. Each event offers exclusive content focused on a topic shaping the mortgage industry with brief but powerful presentations from experts who have been in your shoes. Expect high-energy networking with real connections happening with real conversations. Plus, we're raffling off some pretty unique prizes at each and every event. Join the AIME's wholesale mortgage community, real estate professionals, and yes, even retail mortgage professionals. We want you there as well, because we know that we can make a difference in our local communities by connecting and having conversations together. This isn't just another event. This is where community meets opportunity. Whether you're looking for business strategies or the right people to help you level up, Unify delivers. Register today and join us for free in Dallas, Texas on March 25th and Phoenix, Arizona on March 27th, with many more locations to come. Just go to unify.aimgroup.com to get started. Now hurry up, spots are limited. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger.
All right, and we're back with story time with John.
Yep, we're going to keep the same momentum going and keep it about mirroring, but also just take us back a little history lesson. So we talked about the importance of mirroring, and this has been around again for hundreds of years. Believe it or not, Tommy, this has been around for hundreds of years. We are not teaching anything new, just teaching you the things that have worked for such a long time, and hopefully a way that you haven't heard it before, and changing your perspective on the sales and the skills and what it takes to be the best sales professional you can. So mirroring. The power of mirroring, how Napoleon won over a city without a fight. Good old Napoleon. One of the greatest examples of mirroring has to do with Napoleon Bonaparte. Despite being known for his military genius, Napoleon's ability to connect with people on a personal level was just as powerful as his ability to strategize and go into war. So in 1796, during his Italian campaign, Napoleon's army was advancing towards Milan, a major city that was controlled by the Austrians back in the late 1700s. Now, they were fearful of the young French general as he was coming in. They were very fearful. The Italian people were expecting him to come in and rule with an iron fist like all the previous conquerors before him. The city was on edge, and Napoleon knew that brute force was not going to be his best approach coming into the situation, but everybody else thought this is the path Napoleon's going to go down. We got to be prepared. So instead, here's what he did. Tensions are high. Imagine waking up that morning and you know that Napoleon, this young French guy who you've heard stories about, and it's not like you're getting the news as you were today on social media and people are posting videos. You're getting the news through like folklore, right? Through tales, through potential news outlets back in the late 1700s. Somebody saw him in another city. They got freaked out. They come back. They tell the story. So imagine that morning you wake up and you're in Milan and you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, here we go. We got to protect our country. We got to protect our people. This guy is coming and he's going to come in hot. Well, he didn't. He actually came in very opposite. So instead of storming into the city with soldiers, Napoleon chose a very different strategy, a strategy that he called, Tommy, if you had to guess, mirroring. Mirroring, ladies and gentlemen, that's the strategy that Napoleon came up with called mirroring. He dressed in Italian-style clothing instead of his usual French military attire. He learned and used local Italian phrases to address the people. He spoke about values that resonated with them, talking about liberty and independence rather than conquest. He adjusted his posture, tone, and expressions to reflect the emotion of the people of Milan, making them feel understood. By doing this, Napoleon became one of them. Instead of resisting him, Milan welcomed him in as a liberator. They opened their city without a fight, and Napoleon gained control with minimal resistance, all because he mirrored their identity, values, and emotions. Now it's history. You don't got to like it. But this is a path that was taken many, many years ago to avoid even a massive potential conflict. That could have turned into all-out war, ladies and gentlemen. But it didn't. It didn't. And that was during the time, late 1700s, a lot of war going on, as you all know, right? America was established not long before that, not many years prior. Lots of other wars across the country happening. It was just part of what it was at that time. Yet, one of the greatest military geniuses of all time, one of the best generals of all time, went into a situation and said, you know what? Mirroring might be the best approach here. So ask yourself, are you a good listener? Do you know how to mirror? Or do you want to just talk over people constantly? It's a serious question to ask yourself. The top communicators can mirror like you would not believe. And that's because they have an incredible drive and ability to listen. So, that is my story for today. Continue to sell, continue to stay focused, and continue to mirror. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Thank you, Tommy.
Cool. Yeah. We're going to run one quick ad and then we're going to recap all of it. But I did want to say that yes, communication, reminder, takes two things. It takes speaking and it takes listening. I find listening is far more important because when you listen, you will need to communicate less because how you respond and how you speak back to the people, if you listen correctly, the conversation can be much shorter and you can have more conversations in a day and you can progress yourself further each and every day.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah. And if you want to hear more from the greatest CEO of all time, you can see him speak at Fuse. So scan the
You got them all.
Scan the QR code. Come see us at Fuse. We'll both be there, and it'll be a good time.
Fuse is just around the corner, believe it or not, another year down. And we are excited for the largest event of the entire wholesale mortgage industry. Fuse National Conference 2025 is taking its show on the road. Now emanating from Nashville, Tennessee, from October 23rd through the 25th. This event is all about sales, sales, sales. Don't miss the chance to join us in Music City for 3 days full of the most cutting-edge content we've ever produced, featuring the industry's top minds, leaders, and innovators. Access the newest tools and resources from wholesale leading lenders and vendors. Take part in our acclaimed workshop summits for free. Catch wholesale's rising stars in their very own breakout sessions. And of course, take part in the best and, quite frankly, the most fun networking opportunities you'll find in the wholesale channel. Join us to grow your network, your skill set, and your business at what will no doubt be the greatest Fuse conference yet. Go to fuse.aimgroup.com to sign up and receive updates when tickets go on sale. Secure your hotel room and get your Fuse tickets for free. That's a $600 value for the prices as low as $199 when you sign up for an AIME annual membership. Don't miss your chance to be there when wholesale history is made at Fuse 2025. I can't wait to see you there.
And we're back to drive home the takeaways. So if you've been listening, or if you just skip to this part so that you can, just get the takeaways, that I guess could be a thing people do. I'll check the analytics and see if anyone does that. But the broker buzz, reverse mortgages, look into them. Use the brokers are best Facebook group. Do some searches. Find some things that if you have questions, ask them, but also use it as a resource. The sales pitch, mirroring, right? Communication. I feel like every podcast we end up talking about communication.
That's what sales is.
It's the skeleton, right? It's everything starts there. And even into the story, mirroring can make a huge difference. And make sure you are listening as much as you are speaking, if not more. Listening is far more important. But thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Broker Power Up podcast. If you found today's tips helpful, do us a favor. Hit the like button to let us know you enjoyed it, which helps even more people see this content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the bell to get notified every time we drop new content. Share this video with a fellow broker who could use a power up. And remember to lead by example, to lift each other up, to grow together, and most importantly, close more loans. Until next time, keep powering up.
Take care, my friends.